guys, Mathematician 101 here. Today I have a little deck breakdown of the deck that I topped with at my locals this past Sunday. I came in second place. It's a Shaddoll variant. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is a breakdown video, so I'm going to go in depth as to why I put cards in here and stuff. For those of you who just want to get this deck list, it'll all be in the description. But for those of you who actually want to learn the thought process that went into this deck so you can make your own decisions, I recommend watching the full video. Anyway, so basically, the way this deck first started for me was I had a lot of the Shaddoll stuff already on hand, so I built a very basic, very early Shaddoll form of deck. I went over to Storm's house, aka the Ignoble Knight of YouTube, and dueled him and Bryce. And they even said, you know, it's kind of slow, it's not really keeping up too well like it can when you get the right hand, and it's nothing that I didn't already know. I just didn't really see how to progress from it. And then Bryce threw this at me. Now this is Sephylon, or Sephylon, the ultimate Time Lord. For those of you who don't know, his effect is that he cannot be normal summoned or set. He must be special summoned from your hand by having 10 or more monsters in your graveyard, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Once per turn, you can special summon one level 8 or higher fairy type monster from your hand or graveyard. Its effects are negated, and its attack becomes 4,000. So basically, this, if the camera will focus, which doesn't seem to want to for some reason, his stats have 4,000 attack, 4,000 defense. For those of you who don't already know, Construct is a level 8 fairy type. So basically, if you have a dead Construct lying in the grave, you special summon him, his effect special summon Construct. Construct is now a 4K beater, he's a 4K beater. So if they have no way to stop you right now, that's instant game for 8K. And that really intrigued me with the idea of Sephylon. So I said, okay, I'm going to go home, I'm going to look up a bunch of different videos, pick and choose what I like, what I don't like about specific decks, and this is what, well, at least something of what I came up with. Then I went to the gaming store, Budget Friendly Gaming, and there Storm, aka Ignoble Knight of YouTube, liked it, and then saw a few things that he would personally suggest, and so I took that in consideration, made a few more edits, and this is the deck. So, of course, we have one Sephylon in there, for obvious reasons. I have the 3 HedgeHog. The reason why I'm running 3 HedgeHog is because I only have 3 fusion cards, the 3 Shaddoll Fusions. I've considered taking one out for another dragon, because I think I should be running dragon at 3. But I kind of need the search power for fusion. I'm running 3 Falco, just because the ability to instantly gain more field presence through his effect. So basically you go Shaddoll Fusion, get Construct or Winda or something, using Falco as one of the materials, and then set him from the graveyard. So it's an instant, like, 1-up, so to speak. And he's also, of course, a level 2 tuner, which with other cards lets you go into your synchro plays, so why wouldn't you be running him at 3? I'm running 3 Beast. I've contemplated running it at 2. Storm has also said, you know, maybe you should run it at 2, because it can get clunky, but I kind of like the draw power I get from it. It works pretty well. Like I said, though, there are those points in time where it can get clunky, so really, your guys' choice there. I'm running 2 Squamata. Because while Squamata is nice, I don't think it's good enough to be at 3. I think 2 is about the perfect number. Basically because you're not really going to be having Squamata on the field too often, and you really just want the pop effect if you do. Have him on the field, that is. His Send to Grave effect does wonders. You normal summon Mathematician. You send Squamata to the graveyard via Mathematician's effect. His effect activates. You send Beast to the graveyard. Beast's effect activates, you draw, or even Falco if you need the other monster on the field. It's just good for plays such as that. And of course, sending the Squamata then Beast or Squamata then Falco gets you another monster in the graveyard for Sephylon's 10 monster count. 2 dragons. Like I said, contemplating running at 3 because that return effect is very nice. Basically, lets you bounce. That's his flip effect, and also popping back row is nice. However, with the current meta and the way it's shaping up and forming, with Denko Sekka being a card, not a lot of people are running back row. Back row really is a big thing this format, which is kind of why I think Dragon works at 2, but he's still, that flip effect is really good, and so I'm considering running him at 3. I'm running 3 Raiden, just because this deck is a bit short on lights right now. And Raiden's just a level 4 light tuner, and he lets you mill, so he's a really good light type for the deck. And of course another tuner is always nice, so you can go into your synchro plays, a level 4 for your XC plays, the milling so you can get your Shaddoll effects off, and of course, like I said, the light so you can get those constructs on the field. I'm going to Ryko over to Lila, again with Denko Sekka being a card, and how this format is shaping up to be with there not really being a back row. I feel like Lila really isn't that viable. Storm showed me that, and really opened my eyes to Denko Sekka, how the effect he's had on the game with him being a card. And so Ryko is more viable in the sense that they could think it's a Falco or something, and when you flip it, he can just pop it, and then mill 3 cards, and you get those mill effects. Funny situation, Storm had a 4K BLS on the field. He hit the face down, flip, Ryko, pop the BLS, saved my life. So, these 2 effect trailers are really, when I was in the tournament, Maxx. My buddy Bryce was letting me borrow his Maxx for it. As soon as I do get Maxx, I will want to switch them out. And the reason for that is you can go into Shekanaga with the Maxx because they're an Earth type, and of course that extra draw power really helps you get through your deck to Sephylon or something. Effect Failure works, and it is a light type, so it helps with the light monster count, but I just feel like Maxx is a better choice right now for this deck. 2 Mathematician, like I was saying before, so you can send your Shaddoll monsters you need for their effects, be it a Dragon to pop back row, be it Squamata to send Beast and get a draw, be it Falco to set Falco, and he's also an Earth type, so you can go for Shekanaka with him. Again, sorry if I'm butchering the name there, but yeah. And of course, the draw effect is nice too when you get to use that. Double Black Dragon, just because there's light types in the deck, so you can special summon him for a 1-up, quick rank 4 plays. He's a dark type, so you can go into Winda with him. Let's see. 2 Chaos Sorcerers. I've considered taking them out for another Sephylon and another monster recovery that's in here. Just because, however, they work. They've won me games. They've saved my life a few times, so I just haven't taken them out. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I kind of like how the deck's working right now with them in it. 1 White Dragon, because you need more light types in this deck, and with there being so many darks, you can, like Black Dragon, get a 1-up, go into rank 4 plays, and get, of course, Construct out with him. BLS, because you can make it. He's such a powerful card. If you can make it, it's obvious why you should run it. He's BLS for crying out loud. And 1 Rainbow Kuribo. This was actually Storm's idea, and I really liked it once I put it in. I never thought I'd be using Rainbow Kuribo, but I'm really glad I am. He's saved my life countless times so far. Basically, with Shaddoll Fusion, you send Rainbow Kuribo to the grave and a Shaddoll monster for Construct, and then Kuribo's in your graveyard. Basically, if he's in your graveyard and your opponent goes for a direct attack, he special summons from the graveyard, so you can protect. So he'll take a killing blow for you. Thanks, Kuribo. So yeah, as you can see, this deck is very monster heavy, and that's again due to Denko Sekka being a card. We're running only 3 traps. 2 breakthrough skills, because with all the milling we're doing and getting stuff to the graveyard, its other effect while it's in the graveyard can help you in situations. And then 1 Compulse, just because I feel like Compulse is still really good with its return effect instead of destroying or anything like that. So, Compulse is Compulse. 3 Shaddoll Fusion, like I said, obviously you need Shaddoll Fusion for Shaddoll deck. It's just kind of a necessity. 2 MST because Quillport art card, or Quillpoth, however you say it. So while there may not be too much back row, you can get rid of what there might be, and of course, when it's set on your turn, you can pop the Quillport's or Quillpoth's pendulum monsters so they don't go off. And that one monster recovery, I run this, so basically, on that chance that you mill a Chaos Source, or you mill a BLS, or you mill a Sephylon, you can always add it back to your hand. And it's worked quite a few times, and got me game wins. And lastly, 1 enemy controller. Now, we're running this because with the Shaddoll's effects upon being sent to grave by a card effect, you get those effects off, and you can get an enemy's monster. This has actually won me a game where I had a like 26 attack monster, I want to say. It was lower than 27. My buddy was at 27 life points. He had a 27 monster on the field. So enemy controller, tribute my monster, take control of his 27, swing with it at himself for game. That's it for the main deck. As far as extra deck goes, we have, of course, a Winda, obvious why, 3 Construct, obvious why. Of course, I will be putting in another Winda once I get it, because I think you should be running Winda at 2. I have a 1-on-1, just staple. I have a Dark Rebellion Dragon, because it's won me games, and I like it. A Castel. Again, just kind of a generic rank 4 that's good to have around. Blackship. I really only have Blackship in here because I don't have another Winda. As soon as I get another Winda, he'll be going. And Shekanaga, as soon as I get one, he'll be going. A Black Rose, because you can make it. It's won me a game. Just nuke the field to get 10 monsters in the grave, including a Construct. Special summon him. Bring out the Construct, swing for instant game with both of them. Leo, because you can make it, and he's a douche to try to get around Star Eater, because if you can make it. Might take him out when I get Shekanaga, just because I haven't really gotten into him that often with this deck, at least with this variant of it, but he's still a really good card, and I don't know, I might not take him out. Running 1 Smsara, or however you say that, Dragon of Rebirth, because, again, you can make it. If you get the effect off, it helps you with your plays. 1 Armory Arm. This, again, was Storm's idea, because I was playing against his Noble Knights. And one thing me and him both really noticed is, I can go into level 4 Synchro quite often, and it can help me get over things such as his giant Noble Knights, which really can help win games and push for game and whatnot. A Goyo, because you can make it, and it's Goyo. A Crimson Blader, because you can make it. It can help stall. And that's it for extra deck. I don't have a side deck right now. But yeah, so that's really the deck breakdown. Sorry to like chew your ears off, but I just felt like if you're going to be playing the deck, at least this variant of it, or something like it, you should keep in mind why every card is in the deck before you go and make your changes and edits. Decide what you think is valuable for it, what you think isn't. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.